Welcome to Booking It. This is my first video. I'm Juliet. I'm very uncomfortable. So I thought I would start with the BookTube Newbie Tag, because I'm a BookTube newbie. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? And oh, hi Jessie. I started this channel because I love books and I don't have a lot of people that I can talk to about books, and so I wanted to join in on the BookTube community on YouTube. Oh buddy, please stop. Okay, the second question is, buddy, Chester, come on. Okay, the next question is, what are you most excited about? And I think what I'm most excited about is talking about books, getting recommendations from other people. I need you to stop. I watch a lot of YouTube. I used to. And so I got a lot of recommendations that way, and I like reading through the comments, and I also like having conversations about books. And so I think that's a good way to do that. Hi, Chester. The next question is, why do you love reading? And I think that's kind of, I don't know, I've never really thought about it. I think I've always been a reader, and so it's just another form of entertainment. Like Netflix, movies, it's an escape. It's being able to go into a different world. And I think reading has allowed me to become a more empathetic person. I think I'm able to look and see other people's point of view because I've dove into hundreds of people's point of view. And I think that's awesome. Okay, so the next question is, what book or series got you into reading? And I think one of the first books I started reading as a really young kid was the Warriors series by Aaron Hunter. I'm sure lots of people read that, but I had almost all the series, and they still keep making them. But it's about these cats that live in the wild, and they have their own like little society. And I think this is probably what got me into fantasy. This is probably why I still love fantasy. But it was so interesting to see like the politics of these cat cultures. And even the main cat, he looks like my cat, Chester, which is an orange tabby, which I think is super cute. But yeah, even as like a young kid, I think I read this one, I was in elementary school, so I think 3rd grade, it's probably 4th grade. I would play with my friends. My friends would come over to my house and we'd like play as these cats in our own cat society. Thank you, Chester. And I would always want to be the healer cat. So that's one of them. Another one is The Lightning Thief. Buddy, no. Chester, go down. Go on. Is The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. It's another really great series. I read this one just as the last book was coming out, so I was still pretty young. This one was published in 2005, so I was probably still around 10 years old. I think that's when I really went from like enjoying reading and doing it occasionally to like being in love with reading. Another one I'm going to talk about is The Hunger Games. I think this is the most pivotal of my reading life. I read this one around probably 2010, so I was like 11 years old, and I fell in love with this world with Katniss. It was the first time I felt a character was so real and so just important to me. This book is a little beat up, but it was definitely one of my favorites growing up. Okay, that was a long answer. Okay, the next question I'll answer is, what challenge? Oh my gosh, you're ridiculous! You're ridiculous! The next question is, what challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? And I think Chester is one of them. You're the biggest one, aren't you? Okay, but actually, I think finding the time to edit videos, film videos, I'm very uncomfortable in front of the camera. I don't know how to edit. I'm not going to spend any money. But definitely finding the time. I'm a student at university, and so I'm having a hard time finding time to do homework. I'm also a TA, and I work part-time. I'm studying for the MCAT, which I'm taking in April, and I'm applying to medical school in May. This is the worst time for me to be starting a channel. I'm gonna do it anyway, but it's fine. It's fine. Next question is, when did you start reading? I can't remember ever not reading. So, since I was a child, I've always been a reader. My mom kind of really encouraged that. Yeah. So where do I read is the next question. Right here is my favorite place to read, my little nook. It's kind of dark outside, but it was snowing this morning, so my classes were canceled, and so it was nice to read in this little corner. I also like to read on my bed. The library on campus has the Great Reading Room, which is kind of looks like the Great Hall in Harry Potter, and it has enforced, like, it's an enforced quiet space, and so it's a really nice place to read. There's also little cubbies in the library that you kind of can put yourself in, and it's nice. Okay, and the last question is, what kind of books do you like to read? Okay, oh Chester, you're so sweet. What kind of books? I usually read fantasy books. Those are my favorites. I read everything. There's not anything I'm just like, I'm not gonna read you. But I prefer fantasy. I've been doing more adult fantasy recently. I've also been reading a lot of middle grade fantasy, so just kind of the two extremes. Yeah, and so I think that's it. I want to talk about what I'm currently reading. So right now I just started Dig by A.S. King. I'm just a few pages in. I started and I put it down. I am 38 pages in. Not very far. It's good. They talk about potatoes. There were a lot of potato quotes at the front. I thought that was fun. I'm also in the middle of The Two Towers. It's really good. I just got to the like Frodo and Sam section. We're back with them, which I like a lot more. And I really like it. This is the first time I'm reading it. I watched the movies when I was younger, but I don't really remember. I remember the ending. That's about it. I think I remember there's a part with spiders. I don't really remember. Also, the other one I'm reading is, I'm currently rereading Queen of Shadows on audiobook. I wanted to reread the series before I finally read Kingdom of Ash, because I still haven't read Kingdom of Ash. So that's another one. Yeah, I think that's about it. I don't really expect anyone to be watching this, to be watching me. It's kind of weird to think about, but I wanted to talk, and I think, Chester, stop. I think it'd be nice. I want to have these kind of, almost like a diary of how much of the books I've really loved through the next couple years, because there's going to be a lot of big changes coming up, and I kind of want something to fall back on. So I think that's good. I want to try to aim for twice a week to upload videos. I'm thinking Monday and Friday. That might be too much. I might go to once a week, but I will see. So I want to end my videos with supporting other booktubers, because I really love booktubers. And so one of my favorite booktubers that I just found, and I've been binging all her videos, is Jessie May. Jessie from Jessie May. She's so cute, she's so passionate, and I really like her little like whiteboard when she does her TBRs. I'd love to have a TBR game because I think those are so fun. So fun. But I think that's it. Alright, thanks for watching.